Well, hi, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. Wanted to show you some stuff that I got in the mail recently. I got one book last week, and then I got 4 different things in a package yesterday. And so I just wanted to show you some new stuff that I got. I'm going to have to ask you to, I apologize for my voice. We've had a lot of sickness in the family recently, and I seem to have caught some of it, and I knew it was bound to happen, and of course it has to happen over spring break, right? Well, I guess that's better than having it happen during school, because that becomes a pain. But anyway, yeah, my daughter and my wife have been pretty sick, and I hadn't done a video in over has it been a week or over? No, I think it was exactly a week, and I'd meant to do videos all this time, but we had parent-teacher conferences last week, and then as soon as parent-teacher conferences were done, of course my daughter was sick all week, but then on Friday she got really, really sick, and her temperature was up at 104.2, and we believe actually there was another time where it was a little higher than that, and it basically sat from between 102 to 104 for about 3 days in a row, and we ended up going to the doctor and going to a hospital, coming back to the local doctor, and then we got sent to Omaha to Children's Mercy, and so we were doing all kinds of tests and stuff, and it's just no good. My daughter had also, in the month of February, twice she got strep throat twice that month within 2 weeks of each time, and she just, that little girl, she'd been fighting the illness for about 2 months now, and I'm just hoping that she can whip it and get it done. And my wife's been sick, and of course I have finally been healthy, but now I am starting to get sick, so if I have to cough a few times, please excuse me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to, kind of preface the video with that. But anyway, the first book I got in the mail was at the end of last week. This was from Janelle over at Too Fond of Books. She's one of the gals that's heading up March Mystery Madness. And oh my goodness, if you need, first of all, if you need book recommendations for mysteries, go to Janelle's channel. I am telling you what, she reads more mysteries than anybody I know. She's got mystery upon mystery upon mystery, and she can tell you all the different genres and give you recommendations. Just really good stuff. And one of her videos she was showing, been a couple weeks ago, I believe. She was doing a giveaway, and I've been watching her videos, looking at the different recommendations that she'd been putting out, because she'd done a bunch of possibilities videos for March Mystery Madness, and then she started doing here's a pile of books, here's a pile of books, and so I've been watching her videos, and one of them that she did a couple weeks ago was a book giveaway, and it was for this book, Angela Thirkle, the book High Rising, and I was like, well, I've never read Angela Thirkle, and Janelle spoke very highly of her, and so I thought, I'll give that a try, why not? And so I put my name into the drawing, and she did on her phone on the internet. It had like a random selection deal, and it spun the wheel, and there were 30 of us. I think there was 30 of us in the deal, and my name came up. So I won a book, and I wanted to thank Janelle for sending that. I really appreciate it. But this book by Angela Thirkle is from Virago Press. And it was originally done, I believe, in 1933, it looks like. And this is a 2012 printing, if I'm reading it correctly. But a book in really good shape, brand new shape. And so I was just very tickled to get this. I've read the first chapter. It's interesting so far. Like I said, I haven't got very far because I've been trying to finish up a couple of books before I dig into that too deep. So that was the first one in the mail. And then yesterday in the mail, I got actually a couple packages. My first one was History by Mail. which I'm doing, which I did an unboxing on, where the company History by Mail sends you primary sources, copies of documents or replicas of documents with the context of what's going on, in history, what's going on behind the document. And so you get these replicas and you get to study history looking at the primary sources, which is really, really cool. So that was one, but I did a separate video on that. The second one was from my good friend Paul, who lives over in St. Louis, and I wanted to say thank you to Paul for sending me a package. He sent me a couple of things that are right in my wheelhouse, and I really, really appreciate it. The first two are sporting magazines, and they're from both of them are, no, one of them's from 1981, this one, and then the next one will be 1980, but it's Inside Sports, and he knows that I am a George Brett Kansas City Royals fan. I don't think you can be a Royals fan without being a George Brett fan. They kind of go hand in hand. But he sent me this magazine. I thought that was really neat. So thank you for that, Paul. And then the other one, and I haven't taken them out of the wrappers yet. I'll probably do that soon. But the other one has who I deem to be the all-time greatest pitcher, my man Nolan Ryan. And if you follow the channel long enough, or if you listen to enough videos, I know I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. When I got adopted, I loved baseball for whatever reason. I picked up on that. Baseball is one of those things that I didn't have a lot of stability in my young life. And so when I was going through foster care and as I went to get adopted, baseball was something that was, provided stability in my life when I was younger. And I loved baseball. I loved playing it. I loved playing old man softball when I got to that point in my life. And I loved coaching softball and baseball both with the kids. And anyway, long story short, this guy, Nolan Ryan, when I went to get adopted, my original name, I did not have a middle name. It was just William Ruttenberg Jr. And so when I got adopted, I got the choice of taking my adopted family's name or keeping my own. And I also was given the option of choosing my own middle name. And so I wanted to keep Ruttenberg because I wanted to make something of my name, and I thought that was really important. So I kept William Ruttenberg. I dropped the junior, and I gave myself a middle name and named myself after my favorite pitcher, Nolan Ryan. So it's William Ryan Ruttenberg. And my adopted dad, he really tried to talk me into a different name. His first name is Robert, and he wanted me to take his name, and so it would have been William Robert Ruttenberg. He just wanted to call me Billy Bob. I said no. I will stick with William Ryan, and so forever after that point, you would hear at ball games, William Ryan, and that was my mom at the 50-yard line yelling down at the football field, or at half court, up in the stands yelling at the basketball court, or on the baseball field or whatever. But Nolan Ryan, my favorite pitcher. This one comes from 1980, and this one would have been a few months before I was born. So this magazine's about as just a tad bit older than I am. So thank you, Paul, for those. I can't wait to dig into those. I love my baseball stuff. And digging through that stuff never gets old. Even if it has happened in its history, I still love to read stuff like that. But anyway, and just to stick with this theme, Paul knows I love baseball. Baseball season's about ready to start. I'm about ready to read my opening day book, which throughout the summer, I'm going to try to read at least one baseball book every month during baseball season, because I've bought a lot of biographies, which I love to read, but I've kind of got them stacked up. I fell behind on reading them, and I need to start reading them. And so I thought that's my baseball initiative. So I'm going to get that started soon. But Paul added to the list, and this one I kind of want to start right now. This is Baseball in Blue and Gray, the National Pastime During the Civil War by George Kirsch. And so Paul found a book that combines two of my all-time favorite things, baseball and then the Civil War. I love reading and learning about the Civil War. It's my passion. And so he took both of my passions and got one book out of it. And so I was pretty excited about that. So thank you for that, Paul. And then the other one that he got took my other reading passion, my all-time favorite guy to learn about, Abraham Lincoln. And he found The Lincoln Murder Conspiracies, being an account of the hatred felt by many Americans for President Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War, and the first complete examination and refutation of the many theories, hypotheses, and speculations put forward since 1865 concerning those presumed to have aided, abetted, controlled, or directed the murderous act of John Wilkes Booth in Ford's Theater the night of April 14th by William Hanchett. That's quite the subtitle. I don't think when I get this read and I put down the title on my list of books I've read, I don't think I'm going to add that. That's a long title. But it's exactly what it says. It's going through the different conspiracy theories on why Lincoln was murdered and or assassinated. And so I'm real excited to get into this. I'm sure it's going to be good because I love anything Lincoln. So anyway, BookTube, that is my mail haul from this last week. What do you think about it? Do you think I got anything good? Have you gotten anything good in the mail? Let me know down in the comments section below. I thank you for watching. I thank you to all the new subscribers who've come to the channel. I just can't express my appreciation enough for you guys coming and watching the videos. So anyway, thank you for watching. And until next time, happy reading.